which brings us to the topic of Meghan Markle. It's her 44th birthday. Happy birthday to you and all that. On Instagram, there's not really anybody posting happy birthday.
So Meghan tried to share a sweet birthday video dancing with her kids in a soft-colored kitchen, but it backfired when Lady Colin Campbell mocked it live on TV, and Meghan looked really mad. And after that, the video went viral for all the wrong reasons, with people making jokes and talk shows roasting her awkward dance everywhere.
Luckily, she's posted effusive birthday greetings to herself. Here is her post saying, let's have a look at it. Can't quite read it.
Celebrating.
But when Lady C said on live TV that the video felt like some fake audition tape instead of a birthday moment that really hit Meghan hard, and she was watching it live and couldn't hold back, so she quickly called the show, people asking them to let her respond. And just like that, things blew up again, and it turned into another big mess in Meghan's already messy public image. And reports say she totally lost it within hours.
This is celebrating the woman behind it all. She pours her heart, vision, magic and touch into every detail, and today we raise a glass to her. Happy birthday to our founder, Meghan. That's her. As ever official.
Meghan, who was once seen as calm and classy in public, is now being called emotional and too reactive by people who work in media. And even though she never liked being judged before this time, she snapped back instead of staying quiet, and that only made people talk more. And it all kicked off when Lady C was asked about the birthday video during a chat on GB News, and what was supposed to be a light moment turned into another big storm for Meghan.
Comments off. Like, if you're confident in this messaging, wouldn't you leave the comments on so that all of your fans that are rushing to buy your rosé and your loose fruit spread?
Lady C quickly said the video felt like a PR move, not a real moment, and the audience laughed and the clip went viral before the show even ended. And Meghan, who was watching live, didn't expect this kind of hit, especially from Lady C, and she got so upset she called her publicist right away and told them to fix the story fast.
Or harmful gossips trying to resuscitate relevance. But my point is
that's you and Valentine Lowe. So they're harmful gossips trying to resuscitate. Go on.
I'm telling you this is if she was combing through thousands of birthday cards today, and birthday wishes and birthday baskets full.
Meghan's team quickly tried to clean up the mess by reaching out to GB News, hoping to get her side aired, but the channel refused, saying Lady C was just sharing her own view. So then they tried other news places that were usually softer on Meghan, but no one really picked it up. And soon, the whole thing became internet comedy, with people making funny edits and memes comparing her birthday video to old clips, and the comments were all about how staged and weird it looked.
And jams and all the goodies. Yeah. She wouldn't have time to be talking about my Valentine Lowe interview from 2 weeks ago, okay?
Okay, so what did she call you again? Say that, I like that.
I'm going to get it tattooed on my body.
You go.
Harmful gossips trying to resuscitate relevance. That's what she told Page 6.
People online said the video felt fake and cold. And one post even said her kids looked lost, while she looked like she was acting and not being a real mom. But what really hit hard was Lady C's comment, because many already felt Meghan's public image was too staged. And when she reacted so strongly, it just made people think she can't handle criticism. And even a former team member said her reaction was expected because she's always been too focused on how things look.
You should definitely have that. Just it should be your tag on your X file or something. You know, Kinsey Schofield, harmful gossip trying to resuscitate. What was it again?
Resuscitate relevance.
Resuscitate relevance. Well, you obviously hit home. You know why you hit home? Because you're telling the truth. The one thing she can't stand is the truth.
Meghan couldn't stand the idea of not being seen as loving or motherly, and she doesn't just like praise, she needs it. So her team tried to fix things by sending out press releases to blogs saying the video was just a sweet family moment shared with friends. But it was already too late because the video had gone viral and people had made up their minds. And what really stood out was how none of her old famous friends backed her up this time. Not even Serena Williams, who always used to defend her. And that silence said more than anything Lady C ever could.
You know, like all those former employees saying that she was a terrible bully. You know, you can't keep denying it, Meghan. In the end, it's going to hit home, and it has hit home. Let's talk about the other story that very much concerns her this week. And it is this incredible book by Andrew Lowney.
Another example of them.
By the third day, everything had blown up even more, and it became a full media moment with Lady C back on TV, joined by others, where she said it's fine to celebrate your birthday, but if you film it like a show, then don't be surprised when people see it like content, not something real. And that line went viral fast with hashtags like Stage Sussex and birthday performance trending everywhere. And people started saying maybe Meghan's team leaked the video on purpose to fix her image after so many failed deals. But if that was the plan, it totally backfired, and now she was reportedly feeling stuck and under pressure.
So busy that they have time to send their lawyers after the Daily Mail.
But you know what's amazing about this book? Andrew Lowney is a good guy. He's been on my show several times over the past few years. And his book is called Entitled, The Rise and Fall of the House of York. So it involves
Meghan called a meeting with her top team to figure out how to fix the situation, but instead of support, she got honesty, and one advisor even told her the real issue wasn't the video. It was that people just don't believe her anymore, which hurt, because her whole image was built on being open and relatable. But now, with these polished and controlled glimpses into her life, people started seeing her as fake. And this time, the backlash wasn't just from haters or tabloids, it was from regular people who felt tired of what looked like another flashy move to save her brand. And by the end of the week, the talk had shifted from what she did to whether anyone still trusted her at all.
Fergie as well as Prince Andrew. But anyway, basically this book, it's been all serialized in the Daily Mail here. All over the front page, it's called His Royal Oafishness. And Andrew is dismissed as a sort of thug who didn't know how to behave around women, was totally inappropriate, making juvenile.
People weren't just asking if Meghan was being treated unfairly, they were wondering if she had lost control of her whole image, and if anyone was even left to help her fix it. Because what started as a small jab from Lady C turned into something way bigger than her team expected. And it wasn't just the harsh comment that caused the damage, it was how fast Meghan's usual media control completely fell apart. And as more people criticized and her supporters stayed quiet, her team started panicking, and the more they tried to manage the situation, the more obvious it became that things were slipping too far to fix.
And toilet jokes all the time at the dinner. It could not be more disparaging of Prince Andrew. I mean, it is. I think the Mail is styling it, is posting it as the most devastating royal bite.
Right after the GB News clip aired, Meghan's team went into panic mode, and two people close to the situation said her top media advisor told her to stay quiet and just let it blow over. But Meghan didn't agree. She wanted to take control and show her side. And one aide said she even planned to record a short video message to push back on all the harsh comments, hoping that talking directly as a woman and mom would make people see her as real again. But her media team was unsure if it would help or make things worse.
Biography ever, and it really does not pull its punches. It absolutely destroys Prince Andrew for the juvenile oaf that he clearly is. A poncy, posh juvenile oaf who, if people fail to call him sir or
When Meghan shared the idea of recording a personal video to respond to all the hate around her birthday clip, her team didn't support it at all. And after a tense meeting, they told her no, saying she was acting out of emotion and not thinking clearly. And one consultant even said this was a time for smart, careful steps, not emotional reactions. But Meghan felt that speaking directly as a woman and a mom could help people see her true self again. Still, the team blocked it and quietly moved forward with their own plan, trying to shift the story by contacting lifestyle bloggers and influencers, asking them to post sweet messages, saying the video showed real love and natural motherhood. But the response was really disappointing because some said no right away and others ignored it completely. And one top influencer even said they won't put their audience through more Sussex drama, and that one line spoke volumes because just last year, so many of these same people were eager to support Meghan. They used to repost her speeches, they shared her projects and cheered her on, but now it was all silence. And that change said everything about how far her public image had fallen. Instead of facing loud attacks, Meghan found herself surrounded by something even harder to deal with: complete silence. And that silence didn't just come from strangers. It came from the media, from influencers, and even from people she once called friends when her team reached out to major news outlets, hoping someone would help reshape the story or write something supportive. Most of them turned it down, and one editor admitted they had tried to help Meghan in the past, but every time it only made things worse. And another said, people don't trust her anymore, and if they ran a redemption piece now, it would feel fake and forced, and inside Meghan's Montecito home, things were falling apart emotionally. Sources said she cried multiple times, not because of what Lady C said, but because of how quickly the public turned against her, and how so many people she thought would defend her said nothing at all. The atmosphere in her house became tense and paranoid, with conversations about who was loyal, who had stepped back, and who was only staying quiet to protect their own image. Meghan reportedly even started questioning longtime allies, wondering if their silence meant they had secretly pulled away. And what cut even deeper was that celebrities, feminist writers, and media personalities who once rushed to support her didn't even post a word. No one stood up for her. No one corrected the narrative. They didn't even mention Lady C. They just stayed quiet, watched from afar. And that silence felt like a signal that her circle wasn't really a circle anymore, and that her public image had dropped so far, no one wanted to be seen holding it up. For someone like Meghan, who had always leaned on carefully built alliances, glowing media support, and the power of public approval, the sudden silence from her usual backers felt like a quiet betrayal. And just when her team was still struggling to control the damage, Lady C stepped back into the spotlight and didn't hold back. In her second interview, she firmly stood by what she said before, and even added that Meghan should have just laughed it off instead of reacting like it was some massive attack, and she warned that if someone keeps treating every bit of criticism like a crisis, people eventually stop listening. And those words didn't just fade away. They spread like wildfire across social media, where trust in Meghan was already hanging by a thread. People started repeating Lady C's comments in posts, memes, and reaction videos. And what stung even more was the shift in how the public saw Meghan overall. The soft-spoken interviews, the polished, vulnerable moments that used to make her look strong and inspiring were now being viewed as carefully planned performances. The same emotional openness that once drew people in had started to feel too polished, too staged, like every moment was built for cameras instead of being from the heart. And that change in perception was dangerous because it meant people no longer felt connected to her in a real way. They saw someone managing a brand, not sharing a life. And for Meghan, whose entire public journey was built on being seen as authentic, open, and emotionally honest, that quiet shift in how people viewed her felt more damaging than any single comment or headline ever could. If you think that was wild, just wait till you hear what's coming next. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button right now and join the Tea Train with Taylor Tells All, where the drama never sleeps and the truth always spills.